Yeah, the correct term is yippee! Yay doesn't have enough excitement. Yay's like, yay. Okay. Like, it's hard to yippee without excitement. It's me, although I will say it's usually me. I mean, I say that, but, there is a weekend next month. I'll probably be out of town, so rip. For a weekend. But otherwise, it's almost always me. Dude, freaking piece of shit. Dude, this spell in practice at times, like, sucks ass. This spell on pace is so terrible. Ooh, my hand was off the keyboard. It doesn't count. Oh, this spell is painful. Sometimes I do well against this attack. And now it's not one of those times. Hello, 11. 11, what did you curse me with Aya Ace Attorney? There we go, finally. It's never been more Momi Jover. I was almost free. But the dev decided, you know, I really hate Raymond Marissa. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. I gotta go back so I can hate Raymond Marissa more. Fucking sick ass cat. We're only to copyright your YouTube videos, yeah. Well, I was at work earlier because I woke up this morning to see Damikos mention it in the Discord saying that Ace Attorney 4 is announced. I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm at work. I'm like, you know, is the dev gonna start copyrighting my videos? Maybe it's 10 years later. Surely they don't care anymore. Surely they moved on, and they're like, you know what? Okay, internet. Nah, it's very brief internet. Surely they moved on. They're like, you know what? I'll let people play my game. Get some publicity. So, you know, my stream is really big publicity. I like to think it was the Aya dev saw me complaining about a couple of the questionable endings of trials. It was like, oh, you want to see me do questionable, and then just went up even, and then just games. Really? I didn't actually even. I didn't actually open up the tweet. Now I got it. So I can play that on stream. Surely this game's not going to be a. Yeah, it is, huh? Wait, that's when he just. He now announced a discount for one of his old hentai Aya games just now? Hold up, I'm looking through this. After 10 years. Yeah, otherwise he hasn't like really posted a couple things here or there. Never been more eye over. I guess the bigger question is how long is it going to take after the game comes out to get an English translation, right? Because I don't speak Moon Runes. And it's apparently going to be fully voiced, so I can't wait to sit there and go, if that Patchy speaks. Think we're gonna get like a trial with like Megamoo in it though? Oh, we gotta some Kaimad out there. Games of Tenchi's return and just that one. Oh, you'll only translate Tenchi's lines. I'll only play the game if Iku has her old sprite. If Iku's not back, or they don't give her a new sprite, and they give her a new sprite and it's bad compared to the old one, I can't play the game. Oh no, I can't believe he's back. Oh, Donjo obsessed with brainwashing / mind break. Two things. First of all, where'd this come from? Second of all, that's just like certain dojins and like that's just like things in general. Screenshot of all characters stars. Do you mean starring? This should have a second arc in starring. Like it'll be a big game. I hope so. I also terrified of the game. I was almost free from the IA's attorney labor. So mommy coded Imagine. Wait, where'd that come from? What do you mean mommy coded? Does brainwash have anything to do with that? Are gonna do it. Over 40 characters. I mean, across the series as is, there's a lot, right? Or like back when it was just through UFO character, like where it is currently, where it's just like up to, I guess up to 10 Desires character in the last of the current ones. $10 later, and I finally stream the game, and then suddenly the dev appears out of nowhere. I thought you were meaning that like the other way. Like I thought you were meaning like mind control like the other way. Like, you know, person mind controlling the Touhou, not the other way around. Yeah, I don't like I get that, but like what if like you know, I feel like, you know, every questionable dojin like that is always some dude, whatever insert dude in the dojin is, you know, gets some sort of brainwashing power and then uses it on the chick. Water metal sign brain damage and make you submissive. What does that have to do with these dojins, though? Maybe I got fallen out. It's just because you saw 11 mention hentai. Yeah, that's because the dev who makes the Ace Attorney games, who just announced Ace Attorney 4, also has made hentai games, Touhou hentai games. A very well-traveled individual. All walks of life. So common. I feel like that type of thing exists a lot elsewhere, though, too. Like, in a lot of other spheres, not just Touhou. I suppose then people like whatever. People like a lot of different things. People like feet. I don't like that, but you know, some people do. Oh no, that was almost perfect. So I'm thinking is when I play through those Touhou hentai games on stream, I'll just crop it out so it's like you can only see like part of the game. Game goes through. What are your thoughts on that? Still get to experience some of it. Oh, I gotta go play laundry. You guys can listen to IFP while I talk from the other room. Okay, laundry has been moved. Put your panels and show nudity. It's not against the rules. It doesn't exist. Yeah. Gotcha time. What's normal? Yeah. Fucking practice. Alan, when will you learn that if you want me to succeed, I need bad luck? So, Alan, the discussion is prompted. You know, to let you know, the discussion prompted is because I've been playing one of the Touhou fan games I've been playing is IA Ace Attorney, and the IA Ace Attorney dev, who hasn't like made anything since 2016, I think that's when it was, just came out and announced they're making IA Ace Attorney 4, and the comment is because this dev, who's made the IA Ace Attorney games, has also made some Touhou hentai games before. It's a total backstory. Make that into a game. Or 11, you can just do like the normal thing where you just disable that, and you just make them normal, and not go in with the questionable backstory. See, I'm glad you understand. I also disable that one. Though you could, you know, some people... Sparing. This is one of those moments, Game Glitcher, where it's, where insert the meme of those who don't know versus those who know. It's SFW Safe for Work fanfic involving pre-Okina Mindset Tono. Like 5 fics down there, there's Okina Exotono mine. I'd say that's a little less weird than some, right? At least unlike Satori X Koishi, it's not incest. Ah! Jeez, you get a bit experimental. Is that how long Mind Satono have been with Okina? Insert the, on a side event 11, insert Yuma nighttime event, the random nighttime event. Anyways, Shizua's on my screen. Let's pay attention to her. Nah, people are talking in chat. I gotta pay attention to that. 11, why are you linking actual hentai? Oh, you meant Koishin Zero? Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to the other ones. Well, the SFW. I had to double check to make sure it actually is. I don't want any I want to make sure there are no questionable links like that. You're safe for now. Well, I got when it has a link like that, I just gotta double check to make sure it's fine. They don't age or anything. What's this Pokemon? Ash never ages. So does no one else. Next thing I know, 11's gonna post a fake link and try to rickroll us. 11 tries to pose as that much of a boomer, so I wouldn't be surprised if him. Don't bumper me? It's funny how the hentai site has the non-hentai filter. Why are you so familiar with that site? I can't say I've actually ever used that site before in my life. Sad Panda version? I'm concerned what that is. Listen, I didn't read any of the details on the screen, okay? I just quickly glanced through to make sure there was no nudity. I didn't see it. I was like, okay, I can let this link go. Fuck you and your scoring. We're not scoring this time. My faith is nothing. It appears I am faithless. One always asks, who would you rather marry, but which Gensokyo sage would you rather have hate you? I mean, the answer has to be Kasen. Like, Like, I don't care, like, what you try to argue Kasen being a problem. Like, 1,000,000,000%. Like, you don't necessarily want Kasen to hate you. But, when the answer is Yukari, Okina, or Kasen, Kasen is the only one that's not reaching through my asshole and ripping me asunder. Through some random gap in the universe or backdoor. Right? So, like, the answer has to be Kasen. Like, Yukari and Okina can be anywhere, should they desire. You can access her at any time. I'll believe you, Fammy. Great balance. And plus, like, what does Kasen do when she doesn't like someone? She just sits there and yells at them and tells them to, like, be a better person, okay? Okay, who knows what Yukari's gonna do to you, right? Hate, well, that's also different. There's, like, you know, what's the level of hate we're talking about? Like, hate comes in a lot of different forms. You know, you can't just say, oh, they hate. It's like, okay, is this, like, you just generally really don't like someone? Or is there, like, more to this? Right? Did you kill their firstborn? And that's why they want to kill you? At any cost? Well, that's a problem, but any of them are still gonna, like, suck in that regard. Like, what's the level of hatred we're talking about here? Hate is a pretty strong word. To a degree, yes. However, it's also kind of a word, kind of a loosely used word. People often say I hate something on a whim when they just don't like something in the moment. Right? And there are, like, different levels of hate. Use like 3? Yeah, exactly. Also, you misspelled loosely, Alan. It should be, two O's. Slightly burnt to a crisp? How do you get slightly burnt to a crisp? Like, the whole point of being burnt to a crisp is that you're burnt to a... Like, that's, like, the extreme of being burnt. How do you get, like, slightly burnt to a crisp? This is the perfect version of a hermit. Whatever helps you sleep at night. It'll kill you, but not blind. I mean, like, no matter what, no matter how, like, I kind of said hate, like, just as, like, an interesting, like, side question, because, like, how far is this gonna go? The point is, regardless of whatever, the answer is still gonna be Kasen. Like, if I have someone who wants to kill me, I'd much rather pick Kasen over Yukari or Okina. I'd rather pick someone who has like one like body effectively, rather than someone who's like omnipresent. Been good now, hey? You gotta get used to things. I got a new keyboard like 2 weeks ago, two and a half weeks ago, and it's been gotta get used to it, even as annoying as it is. Fucking P! I hate that spell. You told Marissa she was gonna kill her. She would disappoint her in the stage 6 test. Isn't that like half of every Touhou boss is like they're gonna kill you and then they like they don't kill you? What is this? Unleashed a new ship. Oh, this is unbelievable. Is that Tojiko and Mizuchi? Maybe they're both vengeful spirits. To each other in canon, that must mean, yeah. And they're both vengeful spirits, dude. They have so much in common. Also, any and all bad play right now, I'm going to blame on the fact that I'm wearing shorts. All my jeans are in the dryer right now, so I gotta wait till it's done before I put jeans back on. So in the meantime, I'm wearing shorts. Forgets Tojiko. Tojiko getting some lore. I'd rather just say it's nice to see Tojiko getting some love. She's boring. You're wrong. You're just wrong, Game Glitcher. How does it feel? Okay, she has very big boobs, according to some fans, so she's very interesting in that regard. Yeah, have you seen that Ego OV sprite? Holy moly, dude. Have you seen my internet dropping frames sometimes? Holy moly. His eyes value was boring. Classic Game Glitcher. So true. She has no feet, there's nothing to be into that. You said you like legs? 11. You just did. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it with your rebuttal? Game Glitcher the type to read a Touhou dojo and be like, this shit sucks, dude. Her boobs are not this big in canon. They're fucking unreadable, dude. I love the internet. It's not like that bad. Got it a couple times, but it's 20% bad. The stack that chapter? Damn, Toddy. Also, remember what they did to Suck. They chop it off. I just, I prefer to just say, differences in artists. Also, 11. You said Game Glitcher likes legs, but he's a Touhou fan, and that clearly means that he likes armpits, because that's what we know about all Touhou fans. Touhou girls, very few Touhou girls have consistent business. Black characters. Yeah, I mean, just look at Byakuran, right? Was actually disgusting Yukari tier. I don't know if I'd go that far. But you might be onto something. I do like this as a joke. But I'd rather joke about that than feet. I know too many people who have been into feet before, and that makes me hate that. I would not say equally. Well, depends on the depiction. I'll give you that much. It's just gross. You've never seen Rainbow before. Clearly. I need you to start finding every single Rainbow armpit pic you can and start sending it to Game Glitcher. Okay, welcome back to Hydro Camouflage, my favorite. I gotta pee. Okay, fine, Game Glitcher. If you don't like that, we'll just post the clown butt email. How about that? In the trash it goes, so true. That Yoga one's also pretty good. Hey, not my Yoga. She's too shy and too awkward. She's too empty-headed. No thoughts, head empty. No internet, head empty. Holy base. Okay, that was like 2 seconds of internet losses. Go away. Hey, listen. Woo! Edging that bullet. Make snail trail. That's not till the next stage. I still have to get through wall fairies and Notori and 2 spinning fairies first. Minus 10,000 faith. Engine usage is artificial lag, yeah, totally. I got my RNG checker going on right now, so I'm like... There's a 1 in 1,000 chance that Tori just pulls out Luigi Nun. It'd be pretty funny. 1 in 8,190 chance every time you fight Notori, she's just a different color. Yo, I just hit shiny Notori. I almost fucked that one up. By almost, I mean I kinda did, but I got around it. Okay, that second paper's much better. Pew pew pew! Fuck me. Everything's fine. It was never... There was never anything problematic in the first place. Yeah, there is the, There is the, other versions of the crack that can force, bad RNG. RNG manip Touhou games. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Everything I'm doing right now is all set up to make this game as easy as possible. Okay, the last 100-something, about 100 days of me playing Touhou 10 is all future RNG manipulation. It's all to set up for a future run. Like, every death I've done ever in this game is all intentional to set up for the future LNN. I'm just trying to get, like, on the right seat, you know? Well, that's why, like, some old games, like the original Final Fantasy, there's speedrun category for RNG manip and no RNG manip, right? Like, you'll find a lot of games that have pretty known RNG manipulations to have different categories and things like that. Fucking Momiji sometimes, dude. Holy shit. She's a heart attack in a bottle. Ooh, I almost jumped out of that section. You feel bad. That's not technically true. I don't condone skipping attacks, and I try to make sure I do everyone, but that's not something that should be universally enforced, IMO. I just enforce it on myself. But I'm not going to go out there and try to enforce it on others. I think that's bad precedent. Like, I don't like skipping Cat's Walk. I don't like skipping other attacks in things. I don't like necessarily timing out things, generally speaking. But, like, I don't do it myself. Shit, no bullshit. That makes safe spot skipper and exploit. I don't count safe spots necessarily as skips. I also don't think it's necessarily an exploit because, again, it exists in whatever the other. It exists in the Violet Detector version of that attack, right? It's Violet Detector has another version, right? Yeah, that's why pause buffering is something to look at. That one got a little too close to me. Because, like, when it comes down to a lot of things, it's like, what's the difference between, you know, a cast run and a human run often? Like, that's kind of a big thing about RNG manipulation, is you can make it a run effectively casts. But then it kind of loses a lot of the luster, I'd argue. I think it's cool to see what's possible, but I don't think from a challenge perspective it's as interesting. And you could argue in Touhou, there's a lot of sections where it's like, you're kind of, you know, routing something to do... Oh, fuck me! It's routing something to do it consistently like that, but there's a difference, I'd say, in RNG manipulation versus something like Yomu mid-non stage or mid-spell stage 6, which is static every time, and you following something like that, versus actually trying to like RNG manipulate an attack to always get the same result. Say on something like PDH, although that's an extreme example, right? Agrees it's bogus to buffer. That is absolutely not true in the slightest. Unfortunately. John easily try. Alan is well known for being incredibly toxic. The thing is, it's like, I understand where that comes from, but it's one of the same reasons I dislike a lot of glitched speedruns, and I generally prefer non-glitch ones, because like, I think it's cool to see setups where you have like a frame perfect input to click through a wall, but consistently, it loses its luster. Game developer intent is actually. I mean, obviously, Zune never intended like an LNN to really be like the thing. Hello? Isn't that like kind of the whole purpose of Eternal Meek, especially if you go off of game dialogue? Like, the whole kind of purpose of that attack is like a bomb attack. It's like an attack that's like designed to make you bomb. If you're trying to play the game without a bomb, then you're kind of, you know, at odds with what that attack, you know, plays off as. Okay, I've always said that, like, I don't do skips in Touhou. I don't skip attacks. I will do safe spots. I have zero care about the difference in safe, about, you know, whether or not you should do safe spots or not. And I've argued over this a little bit. But I'm perfectly fine with that. But, especially over the classification of what makes a safe spot, we've gone through that a bit. Whoop. And that's always the line that I've said I will continue to hold personally. And I'm not going to sit out here and hold others to the same standards I do, because I think that's ridiculous in that regard. You know, and I'm comparing runs, that's kind of the thing I look for, but I try not to push that onto others, per se. Frames. It's Jover, and we're back. At least I've lost some frames today, but at least it's always been for like 2-3 seconds at a time. was just silly. Alan, is it Sanai that, like, can't do shotgun coordination, like, properly? Yes, Sagame spell, yeah. Shotgun coordination as Sanai, if you don't do the safe spot, is basically impossible. And again, I've always had a question with some attack, because it's like, you know, it's unintended, but, like, what's necessarily unintended? You know, shotgun coordination is an interesting, you know, question, because, like, it exists. Zune obviously knows about safe spots. He puts anti-safe spot tech sometime. But also, like, that safe spot exists again when the tech gets reused in a Violet Detector, I believe it is. So that adds a question there. And then, like, what's your definition of a safe spot? Like, exactly... Like, this is what I posed to Alan a while ago. And it's like, I'm not out here trying to actually, like, find the most concrete answer here. But, like, what changes a safe spot versus, you know, simple routing and just basic movement? Yeah, Sanai shotgun coordination is turbo ass. Like, actually, like, turbo poo-poo butt. Like, so much so that if you're not doing safe spot as it, I'm pretty sure it's, like, very confidently the hardest attack in the game if you're playing as Sanai then. You know, if you're trying to cap the attack. And that's the thing, I generally don't like timeout attacks, personally, that are not timeouts. I think one of the things about playing a perfect run, to me, is trying to make sure you get every cap. Which is also one of the reasons I don't skip. I don't do skips, but safe spots are allowed to me. Because I just want to make sure I'm, like, actually capping everything. Hello, Kageyama. Okay. Partly why in Subterranean there are times where I wouldn't cap Satori... not Satori, Orin, Stage 4, and Midnon 2, and I'd reset the run. Even if I would die. Because even then, that's not even a spell, so it doesn't even, like, technically count for full spell purposes, for what that's worth, but... Safe to say the ethical cap of that in a run is unreasonable. I mean, dude, Kogasa spell 1 as fucking Reimuhome, I don't know exactly how dog shit it is as other shot types too, is so fucking turbo ass. Like, I remember trying to learn the safe spot for Nod 1 and Spell 1 of Kogasa, being like, I hate learning this, I'm just going to try to learn the attack normally, and then giving up on doing the attack normally and going back to the safe spot that I hated trying to do, because doing it normally was so dog shit. It's fancy, they were like Great Fairy Wars. You're right, might be. I should correct the name of my title totally. Uh-oh, Minky. Uh-oh, I fucked Pooch. Never mind, everything's fine. World's most normal Ogane. I love that spell, I'm so good at it. I always pick the best lines. Better at Spell 2. That was not me being good at Spell 2, that was just a fortunate series of events. I have definitely gotten better at Spell 2. I can say that I've gotten much better at reading. That was not an instance of it. still gotta pee. I had to pee last round, then I like didn't because I was in the middle of conversation after last round, so I should really go pee next time I wipe. Or maybe pants stay brown this run because we never wipe. Oh wait, there's another wave. Fuck. I completely forgot there was another wave of that. Okay, I gotta pee. Be back. Get the Fumo break screen. That's because I have to set it up to be a hotkey, and I haven't done it yet because I'm too lazy and I always forget about it. So, like, I have to think about it and actually set it up off screen. So it's a... Because, like, I play phone full screen, so, like, I don't really... Yeah, I have to, like, alt-tab out of full screen in order to put the Fumo key break up. Fuck's sake. Hello. People messaging me. Give me a sec. I think every Touhou LNN should be invalid if you don't do at least 5 style strats. The suboptimal strats that are done for the sake of styling. And then you get the LNN, and they actually have to hold it to like a jury of other Touhou players, and they have to rank whether or not your run will qualify as being cool enough. We should definitely set that standard. No. What I said was, Alan. What I said was we need to make it so that the every Touhou run's invalid that doesn't do at least like 5 style strats, which are suboptimal survival strats that are done simply for the sake of style points. And after your run, you have to post the run to a you have to send your run to the Touhou jury, the the other Touhou players as jury, and they have to rank whether or not your run is valid in their eyes. I think we should set that precedent. I think that's a good idea, Alan. It's a pretty solid run, but you played Peerless Wind God. You didn't do Peerless Wind God in the middle. I'm out on this one. This one doesn't count. Hack a human and kiss Kaneko, can't give it to you, true. Oh. Phone. Okay. Little did you realize that was me acting X-ray vision. Now I can see through walls in this game. But little did you realize. Now this is gonna give me such an advantage. Hina's not even gonna stand a chance. I'm activating my aimbot. It's called homing. Faith is fairly low, but Kaneko will still be pleased with any amount of faith I bring her, regardless. Even spell's kind of cool. It's a solid attack. Madness. Oh, people still be messaging me. New screen, interesting. Relates back to the other day. I love my screen clutter. Actually, I gotta go back to the conversation. I don't actually think I've had this conversation since SA, where I gotta have my monitor with pre-scratched and noted markings on my screen to know height levels for things, right? Monitor markings, yeah. Do the for Cerritic Cross where you have it pre-marked for The vertical. I fucking hate Ogane. The bait stream this. I'll get right back to it. I love the attack that just decides, like, most of the time it's, like, perfectly fine, but, like, sometimes they're just gonna make one of the edges just... Just, like, just cringe. Dude, my face when I'm a score runner, but I accidentally only spun the boss 16 times instead of 17 times. My run is Jover. You would make a pretty good score runner, seeing how many times she spins. Meow 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 meow. You and I'm a cat. The infinite scoring. I will agree on the set. Oh, you what? Well, like, I mean, look at this. Like, this is just the thing about this stupid attack. Red laser, 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 another laser. Very baby gap, just slightly above that red laser. It's like just piss in my mouth. Hello, display. Should have thought of that. I should have known that the left side of the laser was going to be free and the right side was going to have 5 yellow lasers. I should have predicted the future. Mountain of Faith is one of the slightly more interesting scoring games in my opinion, and I will say a large part of that is probably because Grace doesn't exist. How was your day? Honestly, despite the fact that it was a very slow day and, like, not that busy. Tiring. I got back home with a headache. That was great. Terrible day. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna complain. Better now? I mean, it's fine enough. It's just there enough that any of my losses I can blame on that. Well, the fact that I'm wearing shorts and that. Rest in peace, Faith. It's Jover. Both LNN, both extra stuff. The problem is, if that's all it was, then I would be fine with it. My biggest problem is that it's like, it's why I prefer survival. It's just I just find I like survival more than I like scoring, because scoring pivots a lot from survival, and I just don't care as much for scoring's optimizations that time, personally. Like, in something like this, like, I don't care for routing your bombs on Minariko to make sure you're getting as much cancel as possible. Lots of survival. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's one of the more interesting scoring games, in my opinion. No, do Momiji? What are you trying to do, Momiji? That's kind of weird, Alan. Who you get there? Whoa, wait. What are you implying? Okay, it's time to do Shizua. You know what I mean. But generally my thing, and one of the biggest reasons why scoring has usually had very little interest to me, is just when the optimal strat is just bombing a lot of things to like optimize graze or score counter in some manner. I just tend to become less personally speaking. I'm not saying that scoring is terrible and that people shouldn't do it. People are bad for doing it. I think scoring is a perfectly fine thing to exist, and I like the existence of scoring. It's just, generally speaking, I don't care too much about scoring myself. Way too horny. Yeah, I'm the only one as well. People are cool. One of my biggest complaints, though, is a lot of that stuff is cool in the same way that I say, like, out-of-bounds glitches in video games are. Where it's like, it's cool the first time, and then I just kind of, like, don't care as much. Like, when people are doing strats on on Mystia, where you're in the corner of the screen, like, trying to do, like, the optimal, like, spin strats for Graze, like, I just don't care as much, personally. Okay, I mean, like, you're just... I was stuck in stage 1. Here's your answer, Game Glitcher. Oh, I'm gonna go... My laundry's done. I'm going to put jeans on, and I'm going to play 10 times better. You ready for this? Spell in the entire run right there. That might not necessarily be technically the furthest from the truth. I wonder if you were to say at the highest skill, like, at the highest skill level you could possibly play as, which is probably humanly unrealistic, if that's the hardest spell in the game. Fearless Wind God Defender's in shambles right now. Who knows? Maybe 2 years from now I'll be score-pilled. I won't care about survival anymore, and I'll be score-pilled. Some best card players can do a better set on that than Fearless Wind. Yeah, that's why I kind of like said as abstract as possible. Trying to go like LNN is background for me. We're gonna get that argument where if there's no fanfare in the game, it's not worth it. I'd argue to me that LNN is the most straightforward because it's just a perfect run. But I got Eternal Meek. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Eternal Meek, even ethical Eternal Meek, non-safe spots, ignore safe spot for a second. Even then, safe spot's difficult to do. But like, I'm pretty sure ethical Eternal Meek is definitely easier than Fearless Wind God. In terms of the survival folks gameplay, yeah. I think that's at least what I see personally. Because generally speaking, if I look beyond a 1cc, if you look beyond just a basic clear of the game, it's like generally there's two ways you can, like, you know, try to make a better run, right? And that is by, you know, survival way, which is just not dying as much, effectively, or scoring way, right? So I for Touhou 20. I really doubt that's gonna happen. I really doubt Game Glitcher I'm gonna be the first guy to get a no useful hyper LNN in Touhou 20. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'll get this run done by the end of the year, which would be incredible if I could do that. But maybe I'll get it done by the end of the year. Then I'll play Touhou 20, and I'll be so enthralled with Touhou 20 that I decide to go for the LNN, and I'll try to do it with no useful hyper shot, and I'll get the LNN, and no one else that is at a high skill level is going to grind for that either. Maybe that will happen. You know, I gotta say, there's a chance. I don't know what the chance is, but, you know, it does technically exist as a chance. Merry Christmas. You know what, Display? You have a Merry Christmas as well. It's still, like, a month and a half away, so, you know, it's a little early, I feel, but, you know. Wait, Christmas game, but you pay everything. Too highly real. Yeah, don't think too highly of Alan. He's washed, bro. He's so washed. Bro can't even do Sakuya B, LNN, DDC. Like, come on. And you also do have to give Touhou 20 an extra bit of leeway for at least a little bit, because it's incredibly new, right? Like, even at this point, people have, like, routed out a lot of it. Like, it's still incredibly new. Right? People have not had the time to, you know, invest so much into this as they have other things, right? Christmas sodas again? What do you mean by that? Like packaging? We got Christmas packaging in some of our products at work right now. Some of it, not all of it's at Christmas, but some of it is. Eep! It's fine. They're doing at least of like the big name people. Alan, I'm gonna go get the Touhou 20 No Useful Hyper LNN, and I'm gonna do it pause buffering. Feels so jolly. I mean, you give it a month, okay? Jolly season isn't here yet. I know at least where I am, there's snow on the ground, but like to calm down a little. We said stones. Well, obviously the best stones is the pure. Everything related to homing is possible. It was even worse shot. Probably the back shot I gave your mom last night. Oh, dude, I'm so funny. I've seen snow. SMH. One's pretty bad. Well, yeah, she's Marissa, so it's obviously gonna be bad. Like, why would you ever play Marissa? It's Rainbow homing or bust. We'll say, y'all. You know, I appreciate the enthusiasm display. If only Game Glitcher would hold in a half of your enthusiasm, the world would be a better place. W key stopped working. Skill issue. Hello again, wall fairies, my beloved. Feel Christmas though you're too lazy? You hate jolly people? Like, you would be pausing the game, getting a protractor, playing it with next sense it can play. You know what? I changed my mind, my opinion on pause buffering. I will allow pause buffering runs as long as you film yourself actively using like a protractor on your monitor to like plan out your moves. Only then will I allow pause buffering. It's one of the fairies that first team we've seen off survival. Base. Why did I pause? Woo! Kissing bullets. Me and my wife's named Bullets. Is getting jealous for a clone? No. You having a threesome with Parsi and her clone. Oh, I meant to go the other direction. Never mind, it's all perfectly fine. Be a nice Christmas. Reminds me of that meme of the guy who's like, I hope you and your whole family have a nice Christmas. The guy raging, and then he just ends with that. Schmeicher spells, yeah. Small box, large box. Final. Yeah, but it's homing, so it's always gonna be fine. As long as you don't throw. Cope. And I'd never throw. Me? You got the wrong guy. I would never mess up a line. If only you have needles. You and I'm a surgeon. Got an itch on my right eye. It's never been more on a covert. Tested. Game Glitcher has never... Game Glitcher is such an angry person. He has never seen somebody this jolly before in his life. It shows. Dude, I don't care if Peerless Wind God is harder. Momiji is far more of a heart attack than Peerless Wind God is. I will say that for sure. Like, Momiji is just such a heart attack. And that was a painful Momiji. Did you actually have a frame drop? Runs invalid? That was sketchy AF. Yeesh! Woof! Like, that was kind of on me. Like, I did go to the wall, which is questionable, but, like, I saw that, I was like, this is the play I'm going for. Your Peerless Wind got a little more. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I will say, like, I will obviously say, Peerless Wind God is harder than Momiji, but Momiji gives me more of a heart attack. And it's honestly probably part of that is because it's like a little bit slower. But like you just see the 6-4, it just scares the shit out of me in comparison. I stuff area, yeah. Kageyama's got right. Like, Peerless Wind God doesn't give you the time to fear. Uh-oh. It's fine. Like, there's no breathing room. Like, there's no time to, like, think on Peerless Wind God. Like, that's not, like, your next dodge immediately. Like, Momiji gives you time to be like, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I hate this attack. Fucking oh, that was a makeable dodge. Like, I did that first part, which was disgusting. Ah, that last one was a makeable dodge, too. Fearless Wind guys just let the instincts go through, and unfortunately, reacting to a dodge like that, if you didn't get it first, then you just kind of get cooked. I mean, oh no, not Fearless Wind God. I can't believe I died to that. I must be washed. It was easy, yeah. I will not be the easiest boss in this game. It's high precision attack. Well, like, Momiji is a really high precision attack, but the thing that makes Fierce Wind God is just it's also so fast. Right? That's what separates a lot of the hardest attacks from the harder attacks. Is like precision, but like speed. Where you really don't have a lot of time to like think through your dodge that much. And that's not saying Momiji isn't like a very hard attack. She absolutely is, but... So that's one of those Fierce Wind Gods where I do feel good about it. Because there's a lot on that Fierce Wind God that I did very well, and I'm happy about. Hey, I remembered to stay on the right. Holy crap, we're so back. Oh, I wanted that faith, but I didn't dare jut over. I'm not gonna risk a one miss just on that right there. As much as I really wanted to. Run's still pretty great, though. Oh, you mean a one miss to, like, arguably the hardest attack in the game? No, Run's Jover. I'm washed. What's what the hardest slow-only attack is? I don't think it's Momiji, but would you consider Momiji a slow-only? I think in the regards to this, I might. Slow is a little bit subjective, is kind of one of the issues in determining this. You know, everyone can look at Fearless Wind God and say, yeah, that's pretty fast, but, like, you know, what makes something fast versus slow is a little bit subjective. Yeah, I think Mountain Toss from Subterranean Anime, I think that's pretty slow, honestly. You're probably tired. I think it's more... I mean, I am definitely a little bit tired, but I think it's more just it's a really hard attack. And, you know, I'm not always going to execute perfectly. I love my Moses Miracle. Unironically, actually do. Oh, that was gross. She triple trapped me there, but, like, gave me at least just enough space to get out. Or to get through it. I decided to go for the inner, which turned out to be almost a throw, but it worked. Scarlet and Soku. Yeah, I guess Scarlet and Soku could be up there. Although, of course, Scarlet and Soku is so consistently inconsistent. Killing Doll. It's a good run. No, I'm washed, dude. I'm washed. I'm so washed I have to call Fearless Wind God free in an attempt to make myself seem like feel terrible about myself. PDH is definitely way too fast, yeah. Killing Doll is definitely fast, although I think it's a little... Yeah, it should be a Momiji. I'd probably agree, at least off the top of my head. I can think of some things from SA, but I don't think anything that's harder than Momiji. The hardest actually slow attack would be max would be the max bullet. Was it Peerless or Mountain of Faith? Technically, is the Peerless Wind God on like easy, right? The UNR is slow. Yeah, okay, yeah, UNR is definitely also fairly slow. So that one also could be up there. I think Books is pretty slow when you really think about it. Like, there are faster attacks than Books. I should be a bit more to my right. I can dodge on the left, I'm just not as used to it. It's faster. Nah, there are attacks that are faster than it, so it's actually slow. You freaking... This fairy is the other hard attack in the game, I will say. This fairy is also a hard attack in a jar, alongside Momiji. Have a good display. Have a merry day display. Or a merry night. I love Kaneko non-1. I love the non-1. I love Kaneko non-1. Con non-1, my favorite. My point exactly. You're lucky, Kaneko, that you're so late in the run. That attack could be my least favorite attack in the run if it was earlier. But you're lucky Hydro and Exile Doll exist. Well, Divining Big Crop. Ah, fuck you! I was just trying to go around. I also hate this attack. Although I don't hate it as much as I used to. This attack is also... I guess a lot of Kaneko is kind of like... I don't hate as much just because it's late in the run. Source of Rain. Oh, I fucking hate Source of Rains as well. Holy shit, you remind me of a lot of things I hate that's late in the game. I like this attack. I also like this deck because you can kiss Kaneko. See? Attack though, you're supposed to actually hate every attack. You're supposed to play Touhou and talk about how you hate everything about Touhou. That's actually the way that a true lunatic Touhou player plays. Yeah, Amigos Defiance is definitely a little bit slow, but I'm not, like, the most familiar with that attack, so I can only speak via, like, light experience with it. As I think I've legitimately only played against that attack, like, once. Lunatic September is kind of slow. Similar to Momiji. Yeah, it's similar in that both Momiji and Lutic September are actually free. I am incredibly warm right now. Holy moly. It is winter. Why am I so warm? Remember, don't micro, even if the macro is worse than the micro. It's a lot easier to micro when it's in slow motion. Nice Divine Virtues cap. Polar bear pants. No, it's not my legs that are warm. It's my face that's warm. This joint didn't see any deaths using the LNN. Thanks, Chicken Butt. The 20 actually has a nice spicy slow attack you're thinking of. I like when it's nice and spicy. Play the EX. I mean, I've played every extra. I see no reason why I won't play Touhou 20's extra. You know, I only have one extra NN, but like, because I'm not as interested. But when I get my 21 CC, I will do that. No, don't save. Well, I saved over that slot. Rest in peace, that old replay from 2021. We don't care about that replay. Way too hard for an EX. Oh, here we go. Alan complaining about difficulty again. It's too hard for me. I'm so washed. Can't do 10 Desires. It's too hard for me nowadays. I'm so old and decrepit. I can't play Touhou anymore. I just have to go into normal players' chat rooms and talk shit and pretend that they're bad at the game. What, you just died to Clown Piece final? Did you know this could be routed? Fucking come on. Bro, UFO Stage 3, you just died to those random blue spam, like, yin-yangs or Kadamas? Fucking... Dude, that's not even the hardest part of that game, dude. Get good. Come on. Just like, learn to route, forehead. Guys, some dumb stuff in log tag. Can't believe it. Walrus, thank you for the... I'm sorry, Banana Walrus. Thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. You just got done with a 85 miss run. It was not 85 miss, but... got done with a 5 miss. And now I am gonna throw on stage 1 a little bit before I call it. Have you plan spell 2, you got those deaths? Coward. I'll throw 1 miss. Remember, if you die to anything, it's clearly a throw. It's not the game is hard, it's clearly you threw. But other than your, your throw, I hope your stream went well. Walrus. I'm sorry, Walrus 5. That's fine. Well, sometimes that's all you can ask for. Sometimes all you can ask for is getting crushed by Hina. Sometimes that's all you can ask for. AAA? I don't think Touhou's a AAA game, Alan. You know, I'm not actually sure the exact definition of a AAA game, but I don't think it is. Sure is. One of the good kind. Does that even exist? Good AAA? What is the definition of AAA game? Lowercase a. Well, that's actually not even true, because Mountain of Faith only has 2 A's in it. So it'd only be a AA game, even if you consider it that way. It makes you go, I guess I can real slot. Yeah, but like, you know, slightly more definition than just that. I can mostly agree with you, but like, you know. Gigabytes textures, so true. God forbid we condense things down anymore. Build slot. What was the Reddit meme I saw circulating recently? Which is you just like this because this is like quality. This is quality slop. You just like it because it's good. Ooh, chicken butt. Now you're here, I can actually ask you the question as well. I posed to Alec. What do you think of making it for Touhou LNNs that we start to remove like a bunch of old LNNs and we set a new precedent where the LNN doesn't count unless you have at least like 5 like style points in the run, right? Like unnecessary, like where you do a route that's like harder than like the optimal route, but like it's for style, right? Said that, yeah. Up to shoot slop, but all hells are dodge. Suit slop is some genre of dodge slop. I love modern terminology. It's one of my favorite things in life. It was a good LNN you had, but unfortunately your Divine Virtues Wind God was too lackluster. It wasn't really interesting enough. You only had like 2 micros, and like that's kind of boring. You should have had like at least 5 micros on that attack, dude. For that, I can't validate. Yeah, I missed it 10,000 phase. You microwave what? Yeah, exactly. Like. And for that, I can't validate this LNN. Sorry. This doesn't count. Bro's not even doing Peerless Wind God in the middle. Like come on. Like yeah, I'm supposed to like validate this run? Come on. It was a good Exile Doll timeout, but your eye was pretty boring. For that, I'm out. Are your stats, or these strats are based in red pill? I feel like people usually would refer to what I'm assuming your type of strats being villain. Oh, you fucking skank, you know. And final safe spots kind of fired with the trash strats. We should get back to arguing the difference between a safe strat and a safe spot. Dive over and micro to the meme strat in some people's eyes. I tried the opposite with Rainbow Homing. I don't like it. I'd have to like really sit down and like route it out because I do not like the alternative. Easier for A. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, the conversation, right, Alan? It's like, let's take 10 evil sons, right? Is that a safe spot or a safe strat? You know? You remember, I was arguing over the differences between, what, like, exact definitions, and you kept trying to come in and, you know, prove an exact definition. It's a partial safe spot. Well, if it's only a partial safe spot, would that make it a safe strat then? The definition. Oh no! What I did was trying to prove to you that every time you come up with a definition, I will prove something wrong about it. Go fuck yourself! I fucking hate you. Yeah, and I do mostly agree. I'm mostly dicking around for the sake of it. Although, I do believe to some extent that, like, the definitions here are fucking... Oh my goodness! A little bit gray at times. I also said that we should bring this conversation into the TRS Discord just for the simple sake of trying to rage bait people, but you didn't want to do that, so. Your bad luck with us. This is the run. GG on the island. Thank you. Bro, I don't care if I get, like, incredible luck for the rest of the run. I still have to, like, not throw. Deliberate. Yeah, the definition changes to suit whatever I need it to be in the given moment. Should make a safe strat for Detroit. So true. Still waiting on the Hydro Camo safe spot. Hey, made it in the right direction this time. beautiful lines. Holy shit. I do not believe in my ability to play well on this run long term. Just based on like my current like mood and like just like how I'm feeling. Phase 4 is a partial save spot, so true. Rook? Is that supposed to be a combination of truth and nuke? Rook. Me when I'm trying to spell the word truck, but I have a stroke. You say the thing, what, act human? I'm sorry, I'm a failure to my core. I will get my ass handed to me on this stage at some point as compensation. Maybe not as compensation, maybe just because this stage likes to do that because it's a really hard stage. Actually, I did do this stage I've done this stage sometimes perfect on runs, so that actually made me free. Those are the easiest fucking spinning fairies of death that I've ever seen. Holy shit. You were right about the bad luck. Hello, Momiji. Ever told you how adorable you are? Come on, what did I say about having good luck, too? I just walked right into it. I might as well do Pierce Wind God while I'm here. Well, as long as the rest of Aya goes fine enough. I like how the the most painful Momijis, which I get early, which I get earlier, are like the ones I cap, and then like the one that's significantly easier is the one I just don't cap. I'll play against Iowa on here. See what I can do. Recently, yeah, I mean, gotta give it compared to those last three, or those first two on the stage, which are actually free. She crossrode my sign until I Saruta across. I don't like this non. I actually don't like any of Aya's nons. Ooh! Speaking of attacks I don't like. I guess I rose up too much, but I did also choose a really bad line. Speaking of bad lines. I mean, generally speaking, I really like my Aya non-3 strat. Like, it's definitely had an over 90% cap rate on runs, but I still don't like the attack, generally speaking. However, maybe that has more to do with just the fact that it's right before Peerless Wind God. Oh, what a... that had the line on the right, too. Oh, well, good runs. We've had 3 different paces to Momiji today, and 2 of them made it past, so that's pretty damn sexy. Yeah, I mean, the play around for the strat that I've found, because I used to go left. I used to try to go left, left, right, and that was really consistent as long as she didn't move too much on the first move. But that became a little like less consistent, like if depending on how her moves went. So then I started doing right, left, left, and that has gone to like a 90% cap rate, which is pretty sexy. Okay, we'll be back for more tomorrow. Pretty good runs. Brainless Wind God, so breh. In the meantime, there's a little bit of nuance to like what like gaps you're looking for, and there are times where you will like get like a bit of a harder gap, and like and it's not like the easiest thing to make, but like as long as you like know where you're trying to be based on how far she moves, it's pretty consistent. Like usually my only deaths are, damn, she gave me bad luck, and I also like just messed up. Fairy Wars gold medal grindings? Yeah, totally. Oh damn, now that I'm at the second arc, the background has changed. That's cool. Oh, I didn't end.